Let us discuss about the poem Dust of Snow, written by Robert Frost. Now, let us give the reading of the poem. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Now, here in this simple poem of 8 lines and 2 stanzas, the poet Robert Frost has very beautifully illustrated the fact that how the simple things like shaking down of the dust of snow, such simple things has great impact on a person's mind. That is, it has changed the poet's mood. It has the power of changing the poet's mood. So the poet has very beautifully illustrated this fact through his simple poem, The Dust of Snow. Now, before we go in deep detail, let us first see the structure and rhyme scheme of this poem, The Dust of Snow. Now look at the first stanza. The way a crow shook down, the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. Now here we have the rhyme scheme of A, B, A, B. That is crow and snow and me and tree. For the second stanza, has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Here again we have the same rhyme scheme, A, B, A, B. That is hurt, part and mood, root. So this was your rhyme scheme of the poem. Now come to the meaning of the poem. Here in this poem, the poet tries to illustrate about 2 things. First, how simple things has great impact, and the second fact is that how the things which we consider as negative has good impact, also has impact on our mind. So coming to the poem, now look at the first stanza. In the first stanza, the poet illustrates or explains about a simple incident, that is, the way a crow shook down on me dust of snow from a hemlock tree. Means shaking down of dust of snow on poet. Who shakes down the dust of snow? Crow. That is the crow. The crow shakes down a dust of snow on whom? The poet. And from where? From hemlock tree. Now here we need to understand the 2 things, that is crow. Now crow is considered to be the harbinger of bad things. The crow is not considered auspicious. It is considered as the harbinger of bad things. And hemlock tree. Now in English literature, hemlock tree. Now here it's a noun, hemlock tree. It's a name of a tree. Now hemlock tree, I'll show you the picture of hemlock tree. Now here, this is a hemlock tree. See here, it is a tree with small flowers in it. Now you can see this. This is a hemlock tree. Now about hemlock tree, it is very poisonous tree. It is very poisonous, clear? And in English literature, Hemlock Tree is not considered good. Why? Because hemlock was the poison given to the great philosopher Socrates. Clear? And from there this tree got its name, that is Hemlock Tree. Hemlock tree, it's a poisonous tree, very poisonous. Clear? Now here in the first stanza, the poet, he says that these two bad things, we don't consider them good, that is the crow and hemlock. Now these two bad things, they combine and they result on the fact of sucking down the dust of snow on poet. Now these two were responsible for sucking down dust of snow, means the powdered snow on the poet. Clear? So this was the incident in the first stanza. Now this is very simple because it's very simple incident, falling of dust of snow when you are sitting under a tree and snow dust falls on you. It's a very simple incident. So this was a very simple incident, and who was responsible for this incident? Crow and hemlock. Now in the second stanza, the poet talks about its impact. So what happened after this incident? Now look at the second stanza. Has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Now what was its impact? Now has given my heart. Now due to this incident, the poet, he was in a very sad and pensive mood. Actually he was very sad and he was sitting under a tree. Clear? And then some dust of snow falls on him. How it fell? Because the crow, it suddenly came and sat on the branches of the hemlock tree, and the snow which was gathered there on that branch of that hemlock tree, it fell on the poet. Now what was its result? Has given my heart a change of mood. Now due to this incident, for a fraction of time, for a very limited period of time, the poet, he forgets about his past, about the things that he was thinking about, all the incident that was going inside his mind. In his mind he forgets about everything, and he was involved in the beauty, in that experience of that snow on his body, and saved some part of the day I had rued. And what was its result? The poet, he was able to come out of that sadness, sad feeling, that sad emotions. Rude. Now the word rude means negative thought. Rude means regret. So this simple incident of falling of the snow on poet's body, this simple incident saved some of the moments of his life which he would have wasted thinking of regrets, in a regret feeling, and being dejected, being sad. Now this simple incident has saved poets few moments from being rude and being dejected. So this is a very simple poem written by Robert Frost, and this simple poem conveys a very great meaning, that how simple things in our life has great importance, how it helps us to have a change of our mood and brings us back to life again. That's all. Thank you.